Let's do this. Hello, people. Good mornings. Good afternoon. Another beautiful day. Yep. Hope your five senses work. Health and strength is good or excellent. What? On a Tuesday, the 16th of May, that is. Time flies, doesn't it? What's up, Tweaktown? What's up, Tech for Gamers? Oh, what's up? What's up, gamers? We got another chapter in the Microsoft Activision Blizzard merger. Listen to this one. Says here, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella was very surprised CMA blocked Activision merger. Says here, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella says that he was caught off guard when the UK regulators at the CMA chose to block the $68.7 billion Microsoft Activision merger. Says here, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella was very surprised when the CMA chose to block the Microsoft Activision merger and deliver a cryptic response as to whether or not Microsoft will sell ABK Games in the UK on a post-merger basis. Says here, in a recent interview with CNBC, Microsoft CEO Satya Nadella shares interesting comments on the Microsoft Activision merger. The CMA has blocked the merger on the grounds of anti-competitive effects in the cloud gaming segment. So what happens if Britain Competition Appeal Tribunal chose not to overturn the CMA's decision and the merger remains blocked in the UK? Will Microsoft choose not to sell Activision Blizzard King products and games in the UK? Nadella gives a neutral response. Let's wait for all of it to play out. However, we found that pulling out of the United Kingdom would significantly harm Activision's earnings. Check out post report here. I will leave the link. It says here, below we have more quotes from the interview. I will leave that link too. Says, note the interview was conducted before the European Commission chose to clear the Microsoft Activision merger. Then it says here, Nadella continues by talking generally about the merger. The fundamental logic of this deal brings more competition and more opportunities for publishers and gamers still holds. As far as I'm concerned, we keep going. It says, we obviously respect the sovereignty of the United Kingdom and for the CMA to decide what's good for the UK. What's good, and then it says for the UK is in quotes. It says here, when asked if he was surprised about the CMA's decision, Nadella said, very much so. In some sense, this is the most pro-competitive thing I have ever seen. Most people will say that this deal is pro-competitive. In an interesting way, it is using a large company ability to persist to use more competition. Then he says, I think consumer surplus, if that is the goal and more competition is the goal and the benefit of small publishers is the goal, then it checks all the boxes. So I'm very surprised. Then the article says this. The European Commission has also found the merger to effectively be pro-competitive, at least when substantially modified by specific conditional alterations that add safeguards against certain anti-competitive effects. It says, like the FTC and the CMA, the European Commission also identified possible anti-competitive effects in cloud, subscription, and console segments. Then it says, however, Microsoft 10-year licensing deals quailed the European Commission's concern because A, they found Microsoft had no ability or incentive to keep Activision games, including Call of Duty, off rival platforms. And the 10-year deals signs with Nintendo also solidified cross-platform releases. And B, Microsoft modified cloud remedy promises to offer all existing and future Activision Blizzard games that are available on console and PC to rival cloud streaming providers on a free license basis. So basically, those those who signed up for the 10-year license, they don't have to pay the licensing fee. It says here, in the past, Nadella has spoken frankly about the merger. And here's what Nadella says in all black. Listen to this. And it's going to expose Sony because they bought 3 studios while they filed their complaint against Microsoft. Listen to this. It says, for us, in gaming, we have one goal: to bring more games to more gamers on all platforms and provide more choice for publishers and developers everywhere. He says everything we're doing with our content, our subscription, our service, our cloud and community really is about driving that choice and opportunity. We feel very confident. Of course, any acquisition of this size will go through scrutiny, but we feel very confident that we will come out. And then here's the last paragraph. Here's the dagger now that exposes Sony. It says here, we're number 4 or number 5, depending on how you count in gaming. In fact, the number one player, in this case Sony, even in this period, has acquired 3 companies. So if this is about competition, let us have competition. Satya Nadella, Microsoft CEO. Yes, Sony looks bad in this now. So let me get this straight. You run to the CMA in the UK about Microsoft purchasing Activision Blizzard, and then you said your goal is to block the deal. Okay. And then the FTC, they jumped in. And they filed their suit. Okay, the CMA said, okay, we don't think the deal is going to cause any harm, but we're more concerned about cloud gaming. But you can't say that. Okay? Because it's either the deal is going to cause harm or it's not. Okay? Then the FTC filed to block the case. Right? So the CMA and the FTC, they knew about Sony buying 3 companies, and they didn't mention it. So now, in front of a judge now, they got some explanation to do. Like, how is it that you filed a case saying that the deal is anti-competitive? How is it that Sony filed their complaint and then you guys filed your suits, your lawsuits to block the deal, but Sony on the other hand is sitting here buying 3 studios? How does that work? Isn't that being competitive? If Microsoft bought Activision Blizzard for $68.7 billion, but then Sony sit here buys three studios while they were filing their complaint against Microsoft, isn't that being competitive? Yeah. So the CMA now and the FTC got some explanation. They got some explanation to do in front of a judge. Okay. Then the FTC now, they tried to remove Nintendo from the picture, and they try to make this Activision merger about Sony and Microsoft, and they were trying to talk about high performance console. Well, they can't do that. Why? Because Nintendo is a part of the gaming industry, and Nintendo has a big Call of Duty fan base, right? So the CMA and the FTC, they got some explanation to do in front of a judge, okay? Because both of them they have to explain how is it that the 2 of you filed a suit against Microsoft to block the deal, but then you let Sony buy 3 studios while all this is going on. How comes we didn't know this? Yeah, they got some explanation to do. Now those 10-year contracts, I mean 10-year licensing deals, all those who signed up for it, Ubitus, EE, Boosteroid, Inware, Nvidia, and Nintendo, they don't have to pay that licensing fee. They're going to benefit from this. Nintendo, Nvidia, and Ubitus and Boosteroid with their cloud streaming service, they're all going to benefit from this. So Microsoft is bringing games to platforms that never had these games and making them accessible, and they can stream it on whatever platform they have it on. So Apple, Android, Linux, Windows, of course Xbox, they're all going to benefit from this. So the CMA and the FTC is not out the woods. Because they're going to have to explain in front of a judge. How is it that the two of you blocked the deal and saying that you're more concerned about cloud gaming and about anti-competitive effects, but Sony bought 3 studios while all of this is happening? How comes you didn't mention it? Yeah, so if this thing has to go in front of the Supreme Court, so be it. So be it. The FTC, the CMA, they are not exempt from the Supreme Court. Yeah. So Microsoft was right for this. Activision Blizzard was up for grabs. The moment Facebook name got mentioned in the situation, the moment Facebook name popped up in it, it became evident and clear as day too that anybody with big pockets can get Activision Blizzard. Microsoft beat everybody to it. Okay, so yeah, this little situation and saga is not over, like everybody want to make it out to be, because the FTC and the CMA have to explain in front of a judge. How is it that you filed a lawsuit against Microsoft to block the deal, but you're allowing Sony to buy studios while all of this is happening? Yeah, the saga continue with this one. The last paragraph sums it up. We're number 4 or number 5, depending on how you count in games. In fact, the number 1 player in this case, Sony, even in this period, has acquired 3 companies. So if this is about competition, let us have competition. Satya Nadella, Microsoft CEO. Yeah, the CMA and the FTC, they are on the hot seat. Okay, and if Microsoft has to take this in front of the Supreme Court, so be it. Okay, I will keep you guys posted on what's going on with this Activision merger as more news pop up. But this is interesting now. Sony was doing their dirt and hiding their hand and try to make it all about Microsoft. But you're sitting there buying studios behind the scenes. 3 of them. You bought 3 while all of this is happening. And then the CMA and the FTC are talking about anti-competitive effects. How does that work? Yeah, they got some explanation to do. Anyway, latest video for y'all to enjoy. Nice talking to you people again. Chris, still Star Wars and Star Trek fan for Dark Side. Go. Peace.